Welcome, Kletus Roadside Service. This is episode 500. I hope I didn't put all the special stuff. Like, I don't have much to go on. And this isn't a real show, guys. This isn't a real show. I'm just a dude talking, and it happens to be the 500th episode. But I bet you $2 that if you go back through my episodes, we've probably passed 500, or I fucked up the damn episode count somewhere along the line. But anyways, this one's being labeled 500. Let's take a look back at where we've been and where we're headed from here. Which is I have not prepared anything. Let's see. I think I remember my very first episode, but like the first time I started recording, and I went back and I listened to it, a little bit of it, months or so ago, a while back, and I was actually kind of shocked at how little I thought it sucked. I thought it was. I was like, oh God, please don't. My very first episodes, don't go back and listen to those. But something about them, and that was a totally different show back then because it was called Truckers and Others. So how it all started was back, 2 years, 3 years. I don't even know how many years ago it was. I thought about starting up a podcast. I thought about it, and I was like, I had seen some other smaller podcasts, and I was like, oh, I think I can get in on this. I think I could do something with this. So I cleared out a whole area out of my basement, and with me and my buddy Luke, which he's well known on the podcast, I talk about him quite a bit. I was like, hey, let's start up a podcast. And he's like, sure, dude. And I don't know, we just had more time back then, it seemed like. Now it's like it's hard to get his schedule and my schedule to line up, and us to be, I don't know. We did a couple of a test episode or whatever, but the audio wasn't great. We even had it filmed, and the film wasn't great. We were both way off track. I don't know what was going on, but it was going to be the Cedar Creek podcast, and I was like, all right, and we just kept trying to have our schedules meet up, and it just wasn't working out. And I'm also a very impatient person. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna not do the Cedar Creek podcast, is what I said back then. I said, I'm gonna do another podcast, and it's gonna be called Truckers and Others. And I'm gonna be a trucker, and I'm gonna have others on the podcast. I had that podcast, that name, for a while, and I never got a guest. I wasn't really even looking for a guest, but it just turned into something that was really something I really looked forward to doing, and I still look forward to doing them. But yeah, I remember that like the first episode I can remember really doing, I was at a Holiday Inn in Wichita, I believe. Might have been Emporia. And I just remember I was trying to park my truck, and I ended up having to walk over to a Pizza Hut, I think, or something like that. And I don't know, it just seems like that was so long ago. And I was doing that power plant run back then. I was running selenium water from Missouri down to Oklahoma, and that's still the same job we do today. I don't stay at that hotel because there used to be a parking lot next to it that was kind of like an abandoned parking lot, and then I just couldn't park there anymore. They had it all blocked off. I still got in there one day, and then I got out of there early in the morning before the construction guys were going to show up. And then the next time I tried to show up out there, I couldn't fucking park. And I don't remember what I did, but I'm sure if you had all the time in the world, you could go back through all of my podcasts, especially that first year, and probably find out almost exactly what I was doing every single day. And probably still to this day. You can probably go through. I put a lot out on this podcast, and it's easy to put out a whole lot and probably say too much and get too far into the weeds and not really think about what you're saying that you're putting out into the world forever or until, you know, civilization collapses or whatever. I don't know. But it's really easy to do that whenever I'm just driving by myself. It's just me and my thoughts. I'm driving down the road. What happened? What really kind of started? I was like, man, I got this new trucker headset, same exact one I'm on right now, and I was like, dude, the audio is like pretty fucking clear. This is kind of nice. I was like, I'm going to start doing my podcast with this headset. And really, to start out my podcast was really simple. I opened up. Well, I think I Googled how to make a podcast, and there's an app called Spotify for Creators or Spotify for Podcasters. I don't know. I think they had a name change, but it's Spotify for Creators now. And I linked my Spotify account to it, and then it said upload, and I just started recording stuff, and on my phone, I just have like the regular recording app, and that's still what I'm using today. Is just like the Samsung Record app or whatever. I just click on that and I record, and that's how I record everything. And then when I'm done recording, I hit stop, and I can rename the file so I can remember which one's which. And then I just go over to Spotify for Podcasters and boom, put it in there. Done deal. Super simple. And I did talk to a couple of the guys over in Canadian Bacon Land, because I don't know. I've heard it before, and I heard it again on one of their latest episodes where, I don't know. Well, I talked to them. We actually had a nice long conversation. I wish we would have recorded it a little bit, because I started out just saying, hey, you guys are paying for a service I don't think you need. But then we ended up talking about trucking and all kinds of stuff. It was actually a really good conversation, but some of those good conversations are just good conversations for just me to have, Me and that guy, Jiggy, we talked. Anyways, yeah, so I just put the shit out. And then I took a picture of my truck one day at my offloading facility, and that was the background of it. And it just kind of, I'm not going to say it took off. I'm going to just say I posted up a lot of episodes. I just kept doing it. And I was started out, all right, I'll do one now, and then I'll wait a few days, and then I'll do another one, and maybe I should do it weekly. It turned into almost a daily thing. And that's where the podcast is really a big part of my life that I didn't think it could or would be, because I've start a lot of stuff and I stop it and I start and I stop and I get sidetracked and do something different. This podcasting thing is I've talked out a lot of my problems. Like anytime obviously I love to have problems. I love to be able to rage and yell and just go a little crazy and act a little insane sometimes. It's fun. I actually enjoy it a little bit. I enjoy a little bit of fucking issues. But no, man, just talking out your problems, even to yourself, because you can think, and I think this is something a lot of people would probably benefit from. If you are really stressed out and you're just having a bad day, you can just. I mean, I guess I drive a lot more than everybody else, so I have a lot of alone time. But sitting there in your thoughts is not always a great thing to be doing. And being able to speak them out loud, and it's like I'm talking to somebody, but I'm recording right now. It's not live, but I have the chance to go back and erase shit and redo shit, but and I actually there's several episodes that I recorded and then immediately deleted. I mean, I had one that was probably 2.5 hours long of one go. I was having a bad day, is what it was. And after, talking it out and, kind of even solving some of my problems and feeling better about getting all those emotions out rather than just thinking of them, really helped me out. I think I am a guy that probably could benefit from some sort of a therapy thing every now and again, but I'm not going to do that. I ain't doing it. And this podcast is actually taking the place of what could be, some people would say, a therapist, I think. Now, I still have problems here and there, but the podcast is always there for me. I can always stop and hit record. So, I don't know. This is kind of taking a little bit of a deeper turn than I expected it to take, I think. But anyways, I've been doing this at least every week. I think there's been a couple of times I've taken a week off or whatever, but most of it is almost every day, at least a couple of times a week at minimum, me posting up an hour of rambling. And the people that have stuck around and jumped in and showed up, I'm so happy that you guys are here for it. I guess I every time I get a comment, my butthole, I kind of like, whoo, it's like, oh, don't let that fart out. I don't know. I kind of pucker up a little bit. I'm like, I can't believe whenever I'm getting a little bit of feedback, it really helps me out. And the feedback has been really super positive. I don't know if I've had any real negative comments or just people trying to fuck with me or whatever. And I'm open to being fucked with a little bit, but no, it's been so easy. It's been a big part of my life, and I appreciate it. That's all I'm trying to get at. And I started recording. I don't know how many years ago. I'm not prepared at all. Time is something that I just do not get a grasp of a lot of the time. But yeah, I mean, I've gone through a lot. I've talked about a lot. You guys probably know me better than myself. And I have had bad dreams. I've had bad dreams of, not that this would happen, but a fan coming up to me. Oh, hey, remember this one? I'm like, I don't even remember, dude. They're like, this podcast, this is the podcast number. This is the title. I don't know. Dude, I don't know what I say. I don't know what I'm saying here, okay? my my memory is not very good. So maybe the podcast is a tool that I'm going to use in the future. I can go back. Like, I don't know what I was doing that day. I can go back to this podcast and probably figure out exactly what I was doing someday or whatever. Because there was a thing I was gonna try to do where it was like get a little journal, write down like what you ate, how you felt, how's the weather, what'd you do, something like that. I can't, I ain't writing that shit down, okay? But on the podcast, it's all gonna come out. If it's important, it's gonna come out. I'm gonna talk about it, and yeah, man, we've had a great time. I really like doing those stories, um, where it's just totally made up. It's kind of really interesting. I'll catch myself listening back to the whole damn thing. Um, they're just really interesting and funny. I think I make myself laugh some of the times. I shock myself sometimes with how goofy and off the wall some of my comments are. Um, but that's the way it is. I really wanted to be a comedian, and I still could try to pursue, an open mic. There's always an open mic at the comedy clubs. I could always go do it, and that was one of my bucket list things. I don't know. I scared myself out of it. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should. Maybe one day. I gotta have a couple of beers in me and start feeling kind of good, feeling loose, and get comfortable. Go out on stage, but I I don't know. I'm really easy at just making up random shit in conversations, and that I really enjoy doing that. I like fucking with people. I like watching people smile. I like watching people think. I like watching people get a little angry sometimes. I like it all. I like all the emotions. But anyways, that I don't know. I don't really have like a nice little recap or anything. I'm not going to sit here and scroll through all of my 500 podcast episodes and oh, remember that one? You're just if you missed any of them, you are more than welcome to go back and just find a title that is just crazy and listen to it. I promise it's not going to be bad. It's going to be good. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna like it. But if you don't want to go back and listen to old stuff, which is fine, I'm still here, guys. I'm still going to be putting out content all the time. Um, so let's start this episode at 18 minutes. Let's start this episode by grabbing me a water because I'm feeling dehydrated. I threw up the other day randomly. What is going on? Do I have some sort of a parasitic cyst or something? I don't know what's going on with me. I'm so thirsty all the time. I drink so much water that I throw it up. What's wrong with me here? And I know you guys like those extended silences. Just kidding. I know you probably don't like them, but I'm not. I'm too lazy to sit and hit the pause button. Today, at work, which I'm a truck driver. I don't know. I feel like a lot of new people are going to listen. This is going to be their first episode to listen to. I'm a truck driver. Not a real. Oh shit. Not a real truck driver. I drive a day cab. Never drove a sleeper cab. I drive a day cab. Various day cabs. Most of the time, I find myself driving a Kenworth T880 with a vacuum tanker. It's a 5,000 gallon tanker trailer that's got a pump on it that I can suck up some nasty shit. and then I can go to a hole in the ground somewhere and I can pump that shit back out. I do have my hazmat endorsement, which allows me to haul various loads, which I do use my hazmat pretty often. Am I using it today? No, I'm not using it today. I was going to, but things change at my work. Oh, and I'm also based out of Kansas City. I don't live in Kansas City. I live near Kansas City. Don't. I do work in a place in Kansas City, but it's so big, and I don't want to give out the name. I don't. I just don't do that. I don't give out real specific details. I try not to. I'm sure some have slipped through the cracks over the years, but no, I just got a little bit of privacy. Kletus Ray is not even my real name, but it is a persona that I've been living with for a long time. I think since I don't know. I got it when I worked at the lumber yard a long, long time ago, and I think I gave it to myself. I think I'm that guy. I gave myself a nickname, and I used it on myself quite a bit. That it just kind of stuck, and that there we are. Kletus. It used to be Kletus Ray with a K, Wythaca. Kletus Ray with a K. I had a YouTube channel and everything with it. It was pretty cool. I did do YouTube there for a while. I started out as like doing real life videos. I had my 2006 GMCC era, and I was doing little mods and shit to it, and just trying to be a vlogger or whatever. It was fun. There was a couple of good videos there. I don't even know if that channel's still active. I don't know. And if it is, I don't know the email associated with it. I don't know how to get into it. And then I found a video game, and I talked about this, I think last episode. I started playing a video game called Off-Road Outlaws, and I was filming that a lot, playing it on my phone. It's a stupid little game, but it was really fun, and it gained me a lot of followers. And then that game started to not be fun, and then I I took a couple of years off of being pretty active on YouTube, and then that's when I started up this podcast. And I think this podcast is, I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. I don't see why I would quit doing it, but it's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of guests over the years. We've had Luke, we've had Tyler, we've had Hunter. I'm sure I'm missing some. I've had my brother and my son was on one of them. I had my son on it. We were listening to music. That was back when Spotify would let you add music to your podcasts or something like that. I can't forget the Canadians. Broken Wing Nuts podcast, Backroad Friends podcast, all the same people. We've had Jay or Jason and Chris on. Haven't got Mike quite yet. And then over in Casper, Wyoming, we got old Stevie V. He's been on a few times, I think. So, and I've been on their shows also. I kind of found a Facebook group that kind of led me to a couple of other podcasters, and I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool, you know, having a couple of buddies from a little out and whatnot. I gotta mention Walk Like a Mailman podcast. I've been listening to them quite a bit. They've mentioned me several times on their show. I've mentioned them several times on my show. They're awesome people. We're gonna try to work that together one of these days, and we'll do that. And I'm also open to almost anybody. I can't even really think of somebody I would say, no, you can't be a guest to. Anybody could be a guest. And I'm pretty easy to get a hold of, I think. You just leave a comment, and we'll figure it out. Or I have a Facebook. You can find Kletus Ray on the Kletus Ray's Roadside Service page and leave me a comment. I check my spam folder every now and again, so if I don't get back to you immediately, it's because I didn't know. But yeah, leaving a comment on a podcast episode is probably the easiest way. But or if you have a show and you want me to be a guest on it, I'd love to do that. I do listen to ADHP, Adulthood Pending. I listen to them guys. I never miss an episode. Those guys are awesome. I tried to do an episode with Tony, and we recorded a whole episode. It was a good episode. And at the very end, he was like, "Oh man, this is so much fun. I've never been a guest on a podcast before. This is cool." He's like, "It's kind of nice." I'm like, "Oh, you're not recording this?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm not recording either." So, but we had a nice conversation. We're gonna link back up again soon, and have a nice little podcast. He's a '90s kid. I'm a '90s kid. We got a lot to go on there. But all right, let's get into today. Today I woke up super late on purpose. I told everybody, I was like, I'm coming in super late because I was going to grab a load of selenium from Missouri over here and then drive it all the way down to Alva, Oklahoma, and stay the night. That was my plan. And I get over, so I got in at like 9 o'clock. I mean, it was late, a late day basically, but I didn't want to start super early because then I'm going to get to my hotel super early. And if I get to my hotel super early, that means whenever I start getting hungry for dinner or, whatever, that means I'm going to have to go out. I'm going to have to walk. I could order food. I ain't going to do that. But I'd have to walk down along the highway to get to the truck stop. And I'm not doing that. I did it once. I ain't doing it again. But I get over there to Missouri where I'm loading up, and they're like, "Oh, we just canceled that." Actually, they didn't put it like that. They said, "Oh, we canceled that load." They didn't tell you? Nah, man. Nobody told me nothing. This was the plan for a week, was to come out here and get a load. Oh, we canceled it. So I went out there and checked to see how much liquid they actually had in their tank. And, yeah, it was only 6 inches. A full load is 20 inches, so it would be a big waste of their money and their dollars if I would have just taken a 6-inch, a quarter load down to Alva. So I turned around, went back to the shop, and then I kind of just was able to hang out. Nothing much going on, just hanging out, kind of, trying to figure out what the next thing is going to be. And that's what led me to now. I am driving a small tanker truck, a 3,000-gallon tanker truck, vac tanker. And it's a straight truck, so no trailer or anything. I'm driving this down I-70 right now. I'm going to Salina, Kansas. I got a Holiday Inn booked over here, and then in the morning I'm going to load some barrels at the Army base, which is interesting. Bunch of barrels of just used oil. And then we'll get into what I'll be doing tomorrow, but with tomorrow's episode. So I'll definitely have some windshield time tomorrow. But no, I don't know. I'm glad they found something for me to do. And I do get to stay out again tonight. I planned on staying out already, so I was kind of disappointed whenever I showed up at 9. I was like, I have to work until 5 o'clock to hit my 8 hours now. This is some BS. The job got canceled. So you guys you got, you got to give me something to do until 5, or let me use some PTO or something. And they found this, so I'll probably be off right at like 5:30. It's not that far, not too far of a drive, but anyways, I I don't know. I'm not feeling too great right now. Like I feel like I might need to pull over and throw up. I don't know. So I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna pause this. I think I've been talking too much, and I don't know. I might just pick it up tomorrow morning because I don't know. I'm not feeling too great today. So I'll be back with you in just a little bit. I promise the fun isn't over yet. Episode 500, part 2. I know it's the same episode. We're back. It is another day. What time is it? 3:23 in the afternoon in the middle of Kansas over here. Things couldn't have gone better for me today. I don't want to. I guess I spoke a little too soon, but because I still got some a way to go here. I took a 5-hour energy, so I'm feeling pretty fucking good. I don't feel bad anymore. I was feeling sick on that last segment there. I don't know. I ended up I ate some food and I felt better, and then I went to the hotel and I fell asleep. But no, things are going great today. I got to the job site on time. The people that I was supposed to be meeting were actually late, so it's kind of nice to be on the other foot every now and again. But I was able to just sit there and hang out. I went to a military base, and I don't know. It's probably easy to look up. He says that they're a pretty niche operation over there. It's not like a big, huge, like super facility or whatever, but it is a military base, and they work on Black Hawk helicopters. Um, they just do routine maintenance on them, and they had a couple sitting out there. I wasn't able to get close to them or nothing, which is fine. I don't want to get close to the fucking helicopters, but it was really cool to just be there. I thought they were going to try to recruit me. They're like, "Hey, you want to go to Iran?" No, man, I don't want to. I don't want to go to Iran. Not a big fan of going to Iran, but I do appreciate all the people that do go to Iran to fight or do what they've been told, whether they agree with it or not. They have to do what the government tells them to do, and I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of war. I don't think this Iran war is something that's going to really benefit anybody in the United States, really. We're already paying for it at the pump, but I guess I don't know. I don't mind paying this. I just wish we didn't lose any, uh, people, any of our soldiers over there. We've already lost. I think last I heard was seven. Seven went down, and you know, that's rough. And then the other countless, civilians and whatnot over in Iran and stuff. I don't know. I'm just like, hey, I don't think bombing anybody is a good idea. But you didn't come to episode 500 to hear about the Iran war from some fat fuck driving a truck through Kansas. You came here to get your mind off of that. But I don't know. I wanted to kind of just touch on it a little bit. let people know that I do see it happening. I'm pretty aware of the news, pretty aware of it. You know, I don't know. I get tired of it too, so then I don't look at it all the time. But no, so I just had to suck out some barrels. They were like, all right, we got some barrels here. There's a little bit of silt in the bottom of the barrels. I'm like, okay. And it's just groundwater. So I get the truck I get, buzzed into the facility. And I've been on several military bases and other confidential areas and whatnot. They said they buzzed me in. I just drove through the gate. Somebody else opened the gate and I drove through. Like, I don't know. Other places, I've been to a couple of prisons, other military bases, ammo facilities. They're real fucking locked down. Like, they search your whole truck before you come in, and then they search it again on your way out. So, not this place. They were just like, yeah, just come in and suck our mud, dude. Suck our mud. So I went in there. There was like 50 something barrels. So it's quite a bit. There's a couple barrels that had too much silt in them, or just like too thick of silt or whatever, and it was clogging up my hose. But other than that, I was able to. They cracked all the lids open, and I just stuck the hose in there and sucked them out. Worked out pretty good. And I actually had a conversation with the guy, like the head guy that works over there, or I don't know. That's like his base, I guess. I don't know. That's what the one dude was telling me. He's like the tall guy with gray hair. He runs this place. Like, he's top dog over here. I'm like, all right. He's like, yeah, just make sure you're professional with him. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about, dude? I'm professional. I'm a professional. I'm a professional shit sucker. Okay? Don't you worry about the way I'm gonna conduct myself with him. Hello.
Hello there, Mr. Kletus. How are you doing?
Hey, I wondered if you wanted to be on episode 500.
Episode 5, it would be an honor, Mr. Kletus.
All right, well, here we are. We're on episode 500. I already recorded like half of it.
Oh, did you?
And then you called me while I started recording the other half of it, so I figured bring you in here.
All right.
I was just in the middle of telling the people how I sucked the shit out of the barrels.
Oh, yeah, dude. He did real good, too. I mean, he was sucking them hard.
You weren't there. I was by myself, okay?
But I heard from everyone, dude. That was like a company-wide discussion. We had a phone call and everything about it.
Did you guys eat cake in my honor?
Well, I wasn't at the office today,
I
so
bet
I don't.
ate
They
cake
might have.
They probably didn't even save me a slice of my own cake.
Right not.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that military guy that was over there that runs the whole place or whatever.
Yeah.
I ended up talking to him. He's got a '71 Camaro.
Really?
Yeah. So I definitely had to tell him that I have a '79 Chevy K10. And then I think he was testing me a little bit. He's like, "You running a 350 with 400 transmission and an NP203?" I said, "No, I'm running a 350 with a turbo 350 trans and a fucking. I don't know what the transfer case is, honestly.
A transfer? Why is he? What? Hang on. He has a transfer case.
On my truck.
Oh, in your truck.
Yeah. But I don't know. He was a really good guy. I liked him. He was cool. The one dude I was working with, he told me to be real professional with him. So I didn't tell him any of my jokes. I didn't joke around. I just sucked the shit and got the fuck out of there.
Hell yeah.
But we did have a little conversation about trucks and cars and Chevys. That was pretty cool. What are you doing today, Hunter?
I am driving back home.
How is your cluster business going?
I'm taking a break from it, actually.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm gonna take a
Why?
break for. Dude, customers or people or some people just really get on my nerves. I had a guy the other day. He was just really griping, man. Just really gripe. He's like, so. I have everybody return if they buy a cluster. I have them return a core, right?
Right.
Well, he was mad that he had to pay for the shipping for the core to be sent back to me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and I said, I was like, you have to return the core to me. I'm like, well, how does that not make sense that you have to pay for the shipping on the core?
Yeah. Or, well, what if you pay for the shipping, he ships the core back, and you send him back $3 for the core or whatever.
Well, I take a $60 core charge, and he was mad that he had to pay for shipping, and I'm like, I'm like, once I get the cluster, I'm like, you get the $60 back, which
Yeah.
he knew that, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he was just dumb.
You should
But
have
I
told
was
him,
like,
I'll pay for shipping, but you're not going to get the full core back because I got to pay for shipping.
yeah, I could have said that.
Yeah, but then that does get complicated, whatever.
But
Maybe you got to put a new
Shipping
disclaimer
was
out.
only $14. He sent me the receipt. It was like $13 and some change. And I'm like, you
Right.
have a box and you have bubble wrap. Like, you have everything you need to ship the cluster back.
Yeah, put the
I'm
cluster
like,
in there, and then,
just swap them out. And
or
yeah, and then
could you
he
write on
asked
there,
me,
return to sender?
yeah, I guess, yeah, he could probably do that too. Yeah, but he probably still has to pay for shipping.
Well, if you put return to sender, be like, hey, somebody shipped me this, and I'm not supposed to have it. Send it back to them. But
Yeah,
really, you got the same thing in there, just it's different. So, but if they weigh it and look at it, they're like, oh yeah, this is the same package. Send it back to the shipper, and then that would be you, and then nobody has to pay for it. You only have to pay shipping one way. I don't know
yeah,
if how that works out. I don't know. I got some mail buddies. Maybe they'll. I'll ask them.
there you go.
I
But
got some
then,
people in the mail business.
but then he wanted a trans-temp cluster, and I was like, okay. So I built him a trans-temp cluster. Then he asked,
Transcendent.
no, a transmission temp cluster,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he's like, how do I? He's like, how do I make the transmission temp work? And I'm like, you just plug it in. He's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like,
gonna have to figure it out.
but you don't have to figure nothing out.
We got to figure out where the plug goes.
I guess.
You gotta figure. Yeah, you gotta figure
No,
out.
you
You
just
gotta.
if you have a 99 to '07 truck or SUV and it is an automatic transmission, everything is plug and play. You can take a transmission temperature cluster and plug it in, and
And play.
it will work.
Hey, whenever somebody says plug and play, I get excited thinking there's a game involved. Usually, there's not a game involved.
No, there's not.
We should change that phrase to like plug and work. Plug and work.
Plug it in and it'll work.
It's just plug and work, Plug and play. Hey, this person just passed me. They got something wrote on their window. It says state bound. I wonder what state.
Oh, I don't know.
Because if they're going to Kansas, guess what? You made it.
Yeah.
You've made it. You can erase that now. You can turn on your rear windshield wiper and erase that shit off there. And what am I supposed to do when I see somebody with state bound? Am I supposed to honk at them? Am I supposed to bump into them? I don't know. Why do
I
I
don't know if
care
I'd
where
bump
they're
into
going?
him in the work truck or not, but
Oh, I don't want to use my truck.
yeah.
Here's a school bus. I'm not going to hit the school bus. How's that school bus going faster than me, though?
You're derated, remember?
No, I'm D-rate. I got to... Hold on. Hey, don't tell me. I can't look at the menu right now. It won't let me look at the menu. It said D-rate in 200 and some minutes, and I got less than that to get home. So I don't care if it D-rates.
There you go.
Let her D-rate, bud. I'll just let her D-rate for me. I'll let the mechanics deal with it when I get back.
Yeah.
They
Oh, they're
said they
gone.
wanted to work on it. tomorrow anyways. What are you doing tomorrow?
Going back up to Iowa.
Oh! So, yeah, do you feel like you were trained properly on that job for 3 days?
Yes, I feel like I got proper training.
You feel like you can operate that job now? Today was your first day by yourself.
I think I did better today. Well, I did forget some paperwork,
That's okay.
but I feel like I did better today than I have all week.
I'm happy. Maybe me talking to you, walking you through some stuff, maybe helped you out. Did you ride the wall at all?
A little bit. Today I did, yeah.
So, it's baby steps. We're getting there. Eventually you will. You'll be like, wow. Whenever I started driving a 10-speed transmission semi, I was like, how the fuck does this work? I couldn't get it. And then all of a sudden, with a lot of practice, but I don't know if the practice really did it. It just started working one day. I don't think I changed much about the way I operated. It just started working one day.
Maybe you
And that,
ground. Maybe by that point you had ground the gears down so much that there
yeah,
was less resistance.
they just meshed right together real good. They were all rounded off. Everything's smooth.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to happen to you. One day you're going to be offloading these totes, and then you're just going to start doing it a little bit differently, and you're like, "Wow, this is awesome! I got to call Kletus and tell him about how cool this is." And I'll be like, "I told you! I told you it'd be easy. You can do it."
You do you want to know what really like grinds my gears though?
What grinds your gears? Not me. Not me. Better not be me.
So Brad,
Hold on, hold on. You can't be using real names.
oh I can't.
No, you meant Zach.
Yeah, Zach, who goes down, who does the Tulsa run every day, right?
Yeah, yeah. Not every day, because I did it one day.
Most days.
Yeah, most
I
days.
had heard that they passed him this morning and he was leaving at 4 a.m.
Who's they?
Well, I don't know what the fucking the guys. Some of the guys showed up real early today
Jimmy
and he was,
and Fred?
yeah, sure.
All right. They showed up early and they
Uh,
saw him leaving the shop.
yeah, they said that they said that he gets there every day at 3, leaves at 4, and I did the math in my head. I'm like, dude, you should have been back by fucking like 2 o'clock at the latest. He was parking his truck at 3:30.
Ridiculous.
I don't understand how you get like a 12 and a half hour day out of that. Like, I don't understand how you get there, how you leave at 4 in the morning. Like,
Yeah, you leave at 4 in the
I
morning.
feel
You
like
could
if
be
I
in
left, I feel like if I,
Florida. You could be in Miami by then. But
yeah,
instead, he just drove down to Tulsa and back. And then, well, he get back to the yard at 4, or was he clocking out at 4?
at about 3:30, he was walking to his truck with his bags.
Yeah. Well, that's better than what, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's running the double rail, man. Running the double rail, it takes at least 30 minutes to offload it and reload it all in 30 minutes, so, but I think he takes about an hour and a half to do it.
Yeah,
So I don't know, man. I don't know. Have you ever seen Animal Planet?
yeah.
You ever seen the sloth episodes?
Oh, yeah. Is that about him?
Well, the sloths, if you could see what, I read this on animalplanet.com in a book that I got from the library, that sloths, in their mind, they are moving so fast, dude. They are fucking speed demoning it up, you know? But
Yeah.
for us, the way we perceive it, they're moving super slow. See, humans live to be about 90, I guess, on average. I don't know. Not me. I'm below average, but sloths, they live to be 300, dude.
Really?
I don't know. I read it. Is it true? I don't know. Only if you want to trust AnimalPlanet.com book from the library, you can believe it. It was one of the New York's bestsellers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe somewhere in Zach's lineage, there was a sloth involved.
Maybe because of all that hypnosis, he is a sloth.
So he thinks he's moving quick. He's definitely moving
Yeah.
faster than a sloth, but he thinks he's moving pretty quick. He probably doesn't realize how slow he's actually going. Maybe you
Or,
should tell him. Maybe send him a text right now. Hey Siri, send a text to that guy saying
or
speed
maybe,
up, dude.
hear me out. Maybe he does it on purpose.
You know, everybody's got to make their money somewhere, right? Everybody got to make their money somewhere. You know where I make my money?
Where?
On the corner, selling my body.
Oh my God.
Dude, it makes good money when there's business. There hasn't been. It's been
Yeah.
pretty dry, but I've been out there every night.
Just wait until people get their taxes back.
Yeah, people more than likely they're just gonna honk at me. And you know what they say: if they're honking, they're horny.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just busy right then. They ain't got time to stop and get old mustache ride from old Kletus or something.
Maybe not.
I'm just kidding. I don't sell my body. I probably should though. It might actually work out.
It probably, yeah,
I don't know what part of my body would I sell though. My hands or my mouth? I
all
ain't
of it.
doing butt. I ain't doing butt stuff.
See, that's like I told my buddy one day, I was like, dude, I wish I was a woman. He's like, why? I was like, people pay to look at titties. I'm like, they would pay me to look at my titties.
Dude, I got titties, and
Yeah.
you can pay me, and I'll let you look at them sometimes. I'll do a nip slip for you. Oops, sorry. A little side boob action. If I was a woman, would I take better care of my body? That's where we got to go. You know, would I take better care of my body if I was a woman? Probably not.
You don't think so?
I feel like, well, I mean, I was in pretty good shape through high school, so I would have been one of them girls that is like super popular and hot. And then after high school, they have a couple of kids, and you're like, damn, dude, that girl fell off.
Yeah.
And I'd be that falled off girl.
Because she got fat.
What are you saying, bud? What are you saying, bud? You truffle shuffling on me?
No, I'm not trying to say you're fat.
Yeah, the hypothetical me.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about. So anyways, let's get back on track to episode 500.
Okay.
I've done a lot of episodes on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This being right around episode 500, it's probably, if you have the time to go count the episodes, you ain't gonna, there's another state bound. I'm gonna bump the next one. Uh, yeah, I've had a lot of podcasts. What do you think about podcasting? Do you listen to them? Do you like them? Whenever I brought this to you, what did you think about it?
I thought it was cool. I've tried to listen to some of them that people say are funny, like Joe Rogan. I can't listen
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. Joe Rogan. I listen to a little bit of every episode that Joe Rogan puts out. Sometimes I listen to them all, but I don't know. Here lately, it's been pretty boring stuff, which is kind of surprising with all the shit going on these days. But I don't know. The Joe Rogan Experience is a great podcast. Obviously, it's top dog. But I've been listening for a long time now, and all the episodes are kind of running together. It's like the same conversation in all the episodes, more or
Oh,
less.
really?
You know, he's I don't know, but if you don't listen to every single episode, yeah, you would you'd probably enjoy hearing the same stories 18 times in a row. But no, no. What other podcast do you like?
Uh, oh man, what's that guy's name? Uh,
Zach.
no, it's a real funny. Oh man, the guy who talks about oh man, what does he say? I ain't heard about him in a long time.
Theo
What's that?
Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn, baby. Yeah, I
Hey.
I tried to listen to one of his. It was okay. It was kind of weird. It was real slow at first.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love Theo Vaughn's podcast. I love listening to his stuff. He's got some wild guests come on his stuff. So it's always
He's got
interesting.
some wild stories, dude.
And and then I don't know. I get it's so silly, but it's true. I get a lot of my news like before I really decide how I think about something, or if I already have like made up my mind on something, I gotta listen to Tim Dillon talk about it because Tim Dillon will I I get a lot of my news from him.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He's got a great way to put things, and he's just a wonderful guy. I like Tim Dillon a lot. His shows are always awesome.
That's
But
good, man.
if you want to listen, if you want to just listen to some of the silliest shit, I'm telling you, Harland Williams is where it's at. The Harland Highway Podcast. If you want to hear nothing that's true, nothing that's going on in real life, listen to Harland Williams just to escape. He's a wonderful guy to listen to. You know who Harland Williams is?
No,
Rocket Man. You ever seen the movie Rocket Man where the guy goes up in the spaceship?
no, but I know a song.
Oh, well, it's not quite the same. What about Dumb and Dumber, #1?
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Yeah.
You remember the cop that pulls him over and drinks the beer piss jugs?
Oh yeah.
That's Harlan Williams. He's a wonderful
Oh
guy. Or How High, the movie How High, and he gets the horse. He feeds the horse a bunch of junk food, and then the horse dies, and then he goes to jail.
no idea.
Yeah. Anyways, he's a great guy. Anyways, back to your cluster business. You're taking a pause.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I need to work on the house, and I
Yeah.
just ain't
Well,
got
hey,
time for it, man.
hey, that's if that's the way you're doing it, that's the way it's supposed to be done. You know, if you need a break, take a break. You know, the clusters will always be there. And you might now you got customers that are going to be calling you, "Hey man." You're like, "Hey, I don't do clusters anymore." They're like, "Oh man,
No,
really
I'm
need
not
you to
doing.
help me
No.
out." And you're like, "I'll do it for $1,000."
Oh
And they're
yeah,
like,
that'd be nice.
"Done. I have to have my cluster done." And then boom, you make a good money.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about trying to stick more local. like getting back on Facebook Marketplace instead of doing my Facebook business account. And
Yeah, yeah, doing local shit. Don't deal with shipping. See people in person.
yeah, yeah, just don't do any more shipping. Just try to do more in-person stuff. And
Well, you've talked about expanding your range recently, and I did bring it up on a podcast that I was gonna see if you wanted to work on a dirt bike seat, possibly do some reupholstery.
yeah, I'd do that, man.
Yeah. Nah, but I don't know which seat. Well, I know if I have you work on a seat, it's gonna be the stock seat because the other one's worth like $500, and I don't know. But
Oh my.
if you make that stock seat real nice, I'm gonna sell that $500 seat to somebody.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can give it away on the podcast.
I could give it away. Hey,
Yeah.
anyways, hey, go ahead and give me your socials real quick. I got another segment I got to do. I was waiting on a phone call from somebody, and they're calling me right now. So give me your shout outs, whatever you got to say, and thank you for being on episode 500, sir.
Watch more. Kletus Ray, boys. He's a hell of a guy.
Oh, thank you,
That's
sir. What
the
what
only
about
shout out
you?
I got.
No, shout out your own stuff.
I'm not going to shout nothing out until I get it all figured out.
All right, all right, all right. Well, thank you, Hunter from HW Cluster Repair, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Kletus.
Thank you. Bye bye. Hey, Luke, how are ya?
What's going on, brother?
Not a whole lot. Just recording episode 500.
500, my boy.
We made it to 500. I'm so glad you called me. This is a perfect time.
Congrats, dude.
I was
That's
thinking about
huge.
getting you on here. Anyways, what are you doing today, Lucas?
I got off. I had to go in early today, so I got off early. So I just left work. I'm like, see what Kletus Ray's up to.
Just driving through the middle of Kansas.
Nice.
Yep. Had to drive out to well, I went to Big Bend. Is it Big Bend or Circle Bend or Great Bend? Something
Great
like that.
Bend. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, something like that. Went over there to the landfill. I had to stop off in Salina and pick up some barrels and whatnot, but I'm headed back now. I'm empty. I'm trucking.
Nice.
So, Lucas, what have you been up to lately? You know, give the audience a rough breakdown.
I feel like I was just on the podcast not that long ago, and I feel like I'm basically the same. Like,
You could be the same. Do you look the same? Do you have any new tattoos? Let's
I
talk
don't
about
remember.
tattoos.
I got Plank from Ed, and Eddie on my leg. I don't know if I had that one the last time we talked on here.
Hell yeah. I don't think we talked about it if you did.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm up to 9 tattoos.
9 tattoos?
Not quite up there with Shane has tattoos, but I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm. Shane has tattoos. We all know about him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's tattooed all over.
Yeah.
So, anything exciting going on? Anything to look forward to?
Going to music bingo tonight. You know, me and my old man stuff.
Hell yeah.
Can go do that. It's tournament style, so, like, every time we play, we get points. And if you get in, like, the top 15 of all the teams across Kansas City, you get invited to a special tournament, a bingo night, and you get to play for money.
Gosh, dude, I didn't know you could make money off of bingo like that.
Yeah, like the normal nights, you just get like a little box of candy or bag of pretzels or something, but the special night you get money.
Is bingo a skill or is it just by chance?
It is 100% by chance. Like this music bingo, some music bingos like you have to know the song, so like that's like trivia kind of.
Oh, right.
And you gotta know stuff. But this one, like, it's a music video up on the screen. It says the title of the song and the person singing it up on the screen. And if it's on your sheet, you mark it off. Zero skill whatsoever.
But you got to pay attention, and a lot of people can't pay attention these days.
True. There are people that mess up, and like last time we went, Nick won on the blackout round, and somebody else won. So they went up and like looked at the sheets, and the guy that also won didn't actually have one. He marked one that they didn't play.
Oh.
So like, you gotta pay attention.
Oh my gosh! So she was the only winner. She got the grand prize.
Yep. I think blackout's like 50 points or something. So we won overall points for the night and got a gift card to the little bar and grill.
You guys are just taking over the bingo scene in Kansas City.
We're trying to.
You guys could be in the newspaper one day.
Maybe. If people still look at newspapers.
Would you go to like a state, like bingo state, like #1 bingo players in the state right here?
Oh, I mean, we'd have to. We gotta represent.
Yeah, and then national, and then boom, you're in the fucking Olympics, dude.
Dude, yeah, I'm ready.
You're on ESPN 8.
I feel like I've trained my whole life for this moment.
Dude, so last time I played bingo was at your house.
Yeah, my family, we've played bingo since I was in utero. Like, we've always played bingo.
You were a baby playing bingo.
Oh,
You have trained your whole life. Holy moly! Now, see, we played. What was that for? That was for the Royal Exchange, whatever. Yeah, the soccer game. And dude, I couldn't pay attention to none of it. And plus, I don't know things about football or soccer or whatever they call it.
But you gotta think that game worked because you watched more football that night and paid attention to the game more than you ever have in your entire life.
Yeah, and I was mainly focused on the dip. I'm gonna say it. I was mainly focused on the bread bowl.
Oh yeah.
Rather than the Super Bowl, I was focused on the bread bowl, and I probably missed out on a couple of little things, and that's not going to get me to national championship of bingo. So, I mean, I think it does take a skill. I think you got the skill.
I guess there are aspects of bingo that you gotta have skill.
What if you run out of ink? You have a backup dopper or whatever you call it. Do you have a dopper?
We're not that fancy. We got Expo markers, dry erase markers.
Do you have one like holstered next to you at all times?
I need to. I need to steal a second one. I'm like, what if this runs out mid-game and I panic?
Oh, dude, yeah. All right, you're a woodworker. You need to make a wooden Expo marker holster. What colors are you? How many colors? How many? You just need one that's black, red.
I usually either pick brown or orange.
Orange is just brown is just dirty orange.
Yeah, basically.
And I like dirty orange. I'm a brown fan.
Yeah.
Down with the brown. Man, yeah, that's exciting, dude. That's so cool that you guys are just like so dedicated to it. I'm not dedicated to anything like you guys are dedicated to bingo.
Like, we weren't. Like, we just were looking for free stuff to do around town, and we just happened to see an event on Facebook. They're like, hey, free music bingo at this place, and we're like, let's go give it a shot. And it's a place that we also do karaoke.
Yeah.
So we're like, we'll give it a shot. We like the bartender. Like, we're friends with the owner, and let's give it a shot. Well, we weren't friends with the owner at the time. We just knew who they were and everything.
Yeah.
But we've been to karaoke, and the bartender's always cool, and the people are around. And at the time, we didn't know she was the owner, but there's this lady there that she's cool and friendly, and we're like, yeah, let's go give it a shot. It's a different night. It's free, and they have good food.
You're supporting small businesses.
Oh yeah. And we went not even knowing about the tournament, and they're like, hey, you're kind of late for this current tournament, but come back in 2 weeks and that'll start the new tournament. So we just kept coming back, and now we're in 6th place out of like 30 some teams in the standings. So like, as long as we go, I think the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think it ends at the end of March. So however many weeks are left in March, I think 3, including tonight.
I think you guys need recognition.
I don't know. Our team wants to get T-shirts made, but
wait, hold on. You have a team? I thought it was just you and your wife.
No, we ended up taking some friends, and they joined us. And originally we just used our last name for the team, and then we brought friends, and like, this is weird. How's this work?
Yeah.
And so we asked the people who run bingo, like, hey, can we start a new name, and will our points count for that? And they're like, oh, of course. You're always here. I'm like, okay. So
what's your name?
We are the Beards and the Buttes.
Oh
because
my gosh.
Me and the other guy have beards, and my wife's gorgeous, and he thinks his wife's gorgeous, so.
That's the perfect name for it.
Yeah, which means if you come, you fit right in.
They'd be like, because me and you look really alike. If you ever are sick and you're like, I can't make the bingo tournament tonight, I need you, Kletus. I will go in there and I'll say, my name is Luke, I'm here to bingo it up, and maybe I'll pay attention and hit and get it,
Oh yeah.
What if I let you down? I would.
I mean, I'd go into it with low expectations after watching you play bingo at the Super Bowl.
Oh God, what if it's Super Bowl bingo again?
I'll try not to be sick that night.
All right, try not to be sick that night. Yeah. I had fun playing darts at my house the other day. That was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I won. Maybe it's because we were having fun. I'm not sure.
We were having fun.
But it was a good time.
Because you beat me that first round, and I'm like, let's do it again. Like, who cares win or lose? We're having fun.
Yeah, I don't even know really how to keep score, but
no,
I can throw things.
They got an app for that, so it's easy.
Yeah, I think that might be something I get, or I don't know, get some sort of a little scoreboard, and I'll need to get some of your dry erase markers.
There you go. Save the orange one for me.
There you go. Man, oh man. So you have a whole bingo team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the lady of the couple we go with, she got her hair done by my wife. So I guess they just moved to town fairly recently, and they're looking for friends and stuff to do. And we're like, well, we do bingo. Excuse me. We do music bingo on Thursday nights. Why don't you come with us? And that was like a month or so ago, and they've been every week.
You trying to get a new best friend on me?
I think you would love this guy. I want you to meet him. He's like a metal worker and has he's like a super nerdy guy and can like come up with all these algorithms and scripts and stuff. But he's also like a hobbyist machinist.
Hey, what if I put a bingo tournament at my house, and you and him come over and wire up my square body for me?
There we go.
Oh, wait, you guys can play bingo after this.
I don't know if he's into cars, but he might be.
Okay.
He's like this nerdy kind of machinist that like.
He's got a dial caliper on him.
Yeah, exactly. Like he could probably make anything, but it's gonna be in like to the thousandth clearance and like spec.
I still have not tested out my welder. Do you think you can weld?
I bet it could.
I bet I could. I just gotta. I just haven't
I
tried
guarantee
it.
you can.
I know. I just haven't done it. I even got the goggles. I got the goggles in the mail the other day, and I put them on. And I said these are not gonna work. They were $11 off Amazon, and there's so much space in between your eyes and the frame of the glasses. Like the nose thing is holds it way out, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I can see sparks just flying underneath into my eyeballs. Maybe I'll need to wear a scarf and get one of them welder caps or whatever. I don't know. Or just wear a hat.
Throw your gator and a hat on. You'll be fine.
My gator.
That's what safety squints are for.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if I go ahead and trust that these auto darkening cheapo Amazon things are actually gonna do it, or am I gonna see the sun for about 3 days?
That's the scariest part with an auto darkening helmet. Like, are the batteries dead? Like, he's gonna do it.
Are the batteries even in it? I don't know.
Yeah. Some of them use batteries. Some of them just use a little photocell thing to turn them on.
Yeah,
so
it's like I gotta set them out in the sun for a while to let them charge up. Is that a thing?
Maybe that's what you do. Maybe just go out and look at the sun.
Oh yeah, that I could test it doing that.
Every little kid's looked at the sun, even though you're told not to. Like I feel like that's why you look at the sun, is because you're told not to.
Dude, I used to be able to look at the sun. I used to be able to look at the sun for a long time when I was a kid. Nobody ever told me not to do it.
Well, that's probably why you looked at it for so long.
Maybe that's why I wear glasses.
And that's why Zenny Optical is going to be a sponsor of this podcast.
Zenny Optical. If you stared at the sun too long, nobody told you not to do it. Go to zennyoptical.com, type in the code Kletus in checkout for 0% off.
Type in Kletus for a little message that says this code is not activated.
Yeah, it's not activated, but you can still do it, and maybe enough people get in there and type in. They'll be like, "Who the hell is Kletus?"
Yeah, why do people keep putting this in?
Maybe I should email them.
Like, hey, I've already let people know, so if you guys want to go ahead.
Yeah, or I'll just email them like support or whatever. Be like, hey, my Kletus code is not working for 1% off.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what are you talking about? We'll give you 15% off. And I'd be ecstatic. But yeah, nobody ever told me not to stare at the sun. I would just do it a lot. Yep, I remember the days. You remember the days back when you were a kid? Take me through like your favorite day as a kid, like a normal day. Like a normal day as a kid.
I can barely remember last week, let alone a bunch of childhood stuff.
All right. Well, maybe I'll spark something in you. You go to school. You wake up, and you wake up a little too early, so you get to go back to bed for a little bit. Oh. And then you wake up, and then you run into the bus. The bus is driving away, almost. But luckily, it's just going to like the next stop sign. So you got to run over there and get on the bus. You go to school. The cute girl smiles at you, maybe talks to you. You play tag on the playground. You get to touch her, And then it's chicken fried steak day, dude.
Oh, dang.
You remember that? Chicken fried steak day?
Probably so. I always look forward to rectangle pizza day.
Oh, rectangle pizza with the square chunks of pepperoni?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or Fiesta. The Fiesta pizza, it was octagon. It had orange cheese and it had sausage on it. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. But anyways, yeah, had school lunch that was delicious back then. And then you get off school, you hop on your bicycle, and you ride it home with all your buddies. And then you get home, you throw your your backpack in the house, and then you don't go back inside until the streetlights are on.
Oh yeah. Or for my house, it was my dad's whistle. He'd whistle real loud, and I'm like, all right, that's that. I gotta go.
Gotta go.
Or the front porch light comes on if I'm close enough to see the front porch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because well, where did you grow up?
In Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Pittsburgh, Tennessee. I mean, Kansas. And was you in a neighborhood? Did you have land? Is Pittsburgh a big town, a little town? What's going on there?
We lived in town, but we had like a huge yard. It was like 4 lots all put together for one yard.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it was a good chunk of yard to ride bikes, 3-wheeler, dirt bike, all sorts of stuff. And we used to have animals, but they were gone when I was like a child. But we had horses, a turkey, chickens, goats, everything in that yard in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Like, looking back at it now, I'm like, that's the house that I would be like, oh, those people are weird if I drove by it nowadays.
Yeah,
Like,
that
they're in the middle of
kid's
the
just
city and they have
running.
a farm, and that kid's barefoot with no shirt on with snow cone juice dripping down his belly.
Yeah, on a 3-wheeler, flipping me off.
Yeah.
The hell, dude. No, I don't see you flipping people off, but I definitely see you snow coning it up on a nice hot day.
There's like a picture. I was like from my childhood. I was sitting on the front porch with my fat belly hanging out, and the snow cone was dripping off my chin down to my top of my belly, and then splitting around my fat belly. Probably like tiger's blood or something, because that was the cool snow cone to get.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Growing up, and you were born in 90?
91.
91? I should have known that. I should have known that.
I'm like 7, 8 months behind you.
Yeah, we're both about the same age. And well, we talked about this in the previous episodes, but you're a snake hunter, which I didn't even know. I've known you for so long, and I did not know that you were a snake hunter this entire time until like earlier, like middle of last year or whatever.
Probably when you start talking or going down to Winoka.
Yeah, that was you're like, oh, I go to Winoka. We go out there and we grab rattlesnakes and we throw them at each other or whatever.
I mean, come over to my shop. I got my snake song sitting in the shop right now.
Man, oh man. You're like the crocodile hunter, but you're different. You're like the
more
American version. Yeah, you're like I like chewing tobacco and catching rattlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy to me. So, but you guys traveled as a family down to Winoka all the time. It sounds like.
Once a year.
Once a year. Where would you stay when you went down to Winoka? In a hotel or something?
No. So right behind Main Street, where the Pit of Death is, I know I've told you about the Pit of Death.
Yeah.
In the Saddle Club, there's a city park, and it's just a big open grass lot. And there was I always remember it. There's like a creek or a river that goes through there. I don't know if it's like big enough to be considered a river, but there's a little stream that went through town, and like the roads had bridges going across it, so you can get to the other side. But from the park, it had like, I don't know if it was a gas line or a water line or what it was, but there was just this big metal pipe that went from one hill on like above the bank to the other side, and like as kids, like of course you gotta try to walk across that.
Yeah.
So my sisters have all gone across it. I've gone across it. I guarantee you, tons of drunk guys have gone across it, because like the reason for doing the snake hunting stuff, I'm sure there's a season for rattlesnakes. I'm not really sure.
Just hot. Whenever it's hot, I think.
Well, actually, cooler is better because that's when they go out and lay in the sun
Oh, right.
because
Yeah.
they want to warm up. But it's the weekend after Easter every year. It's not as big. Like, one of the last times I went with some buddies from college, it was like barely a thing, like the
Yeah.
rattlesnake hunt part of it. But it's
You all
still like
caught
a
them
big,
all.
I guess. But it's still like a big biker rally and stuff. It used to be like 90% rattlesnake hunters and 10% bikers.
Yeah.
And then over the years, I bet it's 99.9 bikers and 0.1% rattlesnake
Yeah,
hunters.
I don't know. People are like, I don't want to go catch a fucking rattlesnake. I just want to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, everyone became pussies.
Yeah. You know, you should be catching rattlers on your motorcycle.
That's how Dad had to get him home sometime.
Yeah.
Like, he just put him in a pillowcase and then roll him up inside his sleeping bag and put it between the backrest and his back and drive the however many hours home.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. But then, like, when I started going, my sisters would go. I'm pretty sure my sisters have went. But we'd take a truck, so we'd have the rattlesnakes in either a live box or a bucket with a flip top lid.
Yeah.
So you could just pop it open and drop them in and then close the lid. But like, we catch them live, we transport them live, and we butcher them. Like, we kill them when we butcher them. So like, they're as fresh as can be.
Yeah.
And we'd skin them, and we'd mount the skins up on boards for like display, kind of like taxidermy style.
Right.
And like, Dad figured out how to skin them with the heads on, so you'd still have the head of the snake on the skin stretched out on a board. But to do that, you have to freeze them. You put them in the freezer until they're dead. Because the way to kill a rattlesnake is cutting the head off. So you can't keep the head on if you're not cutting the head off. Or like, you can't have the head on the skin if you cut the head off.
So they're basically still alive when you're skinning them and killing them, right? Kind of, because you throw them in the freezer. Are they dead in the freezer? Or are they just really cold, like everything stops working? You know.
I'd say they were dead, because I mean, it wasn't just like a few hours in the freezer. It'd be like, let's go a couple days.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it.
Did I ever tell you about that one story I heard about? I heard about it on the radio or something, where there was a guy that had a bottle of Viper wine or whatever, Viper juice, Viper tequila or something, and there was a live snake inside the bottle and the bottle was like 20 years old or something. And when the guy opened the bottle, the snake jumped out and bit him, and he died.
Good grief. Don't know if I believe that, but I believe that you believe it.
Oh, I don't know if I believe it, but I heard about it.
Yeah, well, the venom in them, like, they stay venomous, even if they're dead. They might not inject the venom, but there's still venom in there.
Yeah, what do you do with the venom sacs? You just let them, leave them in there, or what?
Yeah, you leave them in there, you cut the head off, put them in a jar, bury them in the yard.
What? Why?
I think it was like an old, like, wives' tale. It was like good luck to do that, but I think it's just like the safest way to get rid of them.
Oh.
And I was also a kid when my dad was telling me that kind of stuff, so he could have just threw them in the trash. I have no idea.
Oh,
but it sounds cooler
to... Dude, I just imagine somebody, like, metal detecting, 30 years in the future. They're like, found a jar. Then they dig it up, And they're like, what are these things? Oh, they're berries from back in the day or whatever. And they eat one, and then they're like, they die, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would figure, I don't know, so what does the venom sac look like when you remove it?
I don't know. We've never removed them. You just cut the head
Oh,
off.
okay.
But
Huh,
I
interesting.
assume it's in their little like muscle pocket. That
Yeah, figured they're like little, they look like ticks that, you know, full as a tick or whatever. And you throw them on the ground, you step on them, and they explode.
maybe. But that's not something we ever wanted to mess around with. So
I
like
wonder,
we knew it
yeah.
was dangerous.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I guess out in rattlesnake country, the hospitals and places, they don't need antivenom I mean, they got enough antivenom. They don't
Yeah,
need
they
it.
got it.
They
They
got it.
just like, oh, Farmer Joe down the road probably has 6 buckets of it.
Yeah, I wonder how much. Yeah, I wonder if they were ever selling antivenom. Hmm.
Probably.
Or dipping like arrows in it and shooting people. That'd be interesting.
Maybe as Oklahoma is full of Native Americans.
Look at that poor guy. He's broke down. He's a big old guy, and he's broke down, and he's walking down I-70. Poor guy.
Man,
You know, if I
not
was
a fun day for
if
him.
I, if I was headed the other direction, I'd pick him up. Poor guy doesn't want to be walking.
Nah.
He drove his car for a reason. The damn thing didn't last.
Well, so what all of you talked about on this 500th episode?
I don't remember. I started it yesterday, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling too good yesterday,
Yeah.
so it wasn't very good thing. So I stopped it, and then I started recording again, just talking about my day or whatever. And then old Hunter called me, so he made an appearance on the episode right before you, and
That's awesome.
then you called while I was still talking to Hunter. So I was like, oh, hold on, I gotta talk to old Luke.
I feel like you need to do like, even if it's just like a couple-minute call with everybody that's been on the podcast so far.
Yeah,
Kenny's been on the podcast with Operation Get a Square Body.
yeah,
Your
yep.
brother-in-law with the
Mhm.
freight broker.
Oh
Florida
yeah,
boy
Matthew the
Tyler.
freight broker,
Yeah.
the Florida
Florida
boy.
boy Tyler. You got to get him on, even if it's just like a short call. Like, hey, this is my 500th episode. We're
Yeah.
doing it big.
Well, see, it's probably already an hour and a half long.
That's what I'm saying. Just like a couple minutes with a few more people.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Or maybe they'll be on 501. I'll bring them in.
There we go. Just something to celebrate it all.
Yeah. Oh man. Yep. It's been a long deal. Long time doing it. I don't even remember my first episode. I mean, I remember, well, I already talked about it a little bit in this episode, but I don't even remember when that was. I'm trying to think back. I'm like, was it 2 years ago?
I'm
Because it could have
scrolling
been
right now.
3 years ago. I have no idea. Or Luke is going to do some digging for me, since I prepared for the episode and I had everything ready to go. My associate is looking it up. He's going to find it out.
Episode 1, Monday night.
Yep.
Making the way to my last stop for the night, October 10th, 2023.
2023?
Yeah.
All right, so 2.5 years ish. Another state bounder. Sorry, that was a callback to whenever old Hunter was on the podcast. A lot of people say they're state bound. I don't know what state they're going to.
So I feel like if you're going anywhere, you're state bound.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere you're at, you're in state, right? But they're bound.
Yeah.
I don't know what bound. Are they tied up? I mean, we all feel a little tied up. Some people get off on that.
Yeah.
So October 23, first episode. Yep, making my way back. That sounds like me. Yep, that was a long time ago.
And evidently it was a Monday night.
Yep, I think it was on a Monday night maybe. Could have been.
2 hours and 2 minute long pilot podcast.
Oh wow. Damn, I went hard. I went hard starting
No
out.
kidding.
Yeah, I know that like my episode 1 and episode 2, but then I have like my episode 3 or 4 or something that are like first recordings. So like when I was still trying to figure it out and I wasn't sure what to do with the audio and I wasn't exactly happy with it for my first episode, I recorded a little bit and then I recorded one and I said this is good enough to be episode number 1.
Yeah,
So my first episode is actually like my 4th episode or whatever.
Yep, episode 4, October 11th. So literally the next day, you posted an hour and 47 minutes.
Holy moly!
Called First Recordings. 3 different segments. Kletus recorded learning how to use this shit. Figured he'd match them together and post them up.
Hell yeah! I used to write in the description box. It sounds like.
Yep, you sure did.
Yeah. Now I just post up links. I just have a
Copy and paste your links.
Yeah, but I don't know what I talked about. If I even wanted to do a description, I wouldn't know what to even write. I even have a couple of episodes, I think 497 and 498 were just labeled for episode 497 and episode 498 because I don't remember. I know there's stuff in there, but I don't remember what the hell I talked about. I have no idea what to name the episode.
Yeah. And back then, it was before it had, like, the AI, like...
The artwork, yeah.
No, when it kind of, like, does a summary and, like, breaks it down into chapters.
Oh, yeah. That's something that just Spotify did for me.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I don't look at it, though. I don't know what... I wonder... I don't know. I've looked at a couple of them, and I guess they haven't... They've been all right. But yeah, I guess just for clarification, I don't do that to anybody. You know, anybody looking in the descriptions or whatever, I don't do that. All I do is write the description with links. That's about it. Spotify does everything else.
But like, it's pretty spot on. Like a lot of the time. I'm sure there's some like random ones in there, but like, just looking back at yesterday's. First chapter, Hauling Trash, celebrating 499, and podcast growth reflections.
Yeah. Yeah, I celebrated, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to celebrate really on 500, so let me celebrate 499.
Yeah. And then your unfortunate day cleaning nasty pipes at work. Family fun at Cargo Largo and solving dirt bike issues.
Yep.
Creative exhaust repairs and what's next for the dirt bike.
Yeah.
Wiring the square body truck and dreaming of off-road content.
Yep. I remember doing that.
From Kletus McFarland to AI logos and podcast merch concepts.
Hell yeah.
And then frustrations with training and wrapping up the day's haul.
Yeah. Yeah, and my first episodes, they were a totally different name. They were Truckers and Others.
Truckers and Others.
Truckers and Others.
And you never had others on until you changed your name to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. Then you started having others on.
Yep, and then I started meeting people and expansion and whatnot. Like a little revamp and things started, the podcast started getting a little bit more popular.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, man, maybe I should have just left it Truckers and Others because I do feel, do you think it's misleading? Do you think the Kletus Ray's Roadside Service is misleading? People are like, oh, this guy's a tow truck driver. Let's listen to him. I
think it could have a double meaning. Because, like, I mean, you have the goal for the square body.
Oh, yeah, to be a roadside service rig.
Yeah. But then in the other way of saying that, like, roadside service, most people listen to their podcast in their car while they're driving. It's
Yep.
just a service you're providing.
Yeah, when you
And
break down, turn
you're
on
on the road.
Kletus Ray's roadside service while you're waiting for the real tow truck to show up.
Yeah, there we go. But I like the name, and I want to come up with an old school logo that we can paint on the side of your truck.
I know, dude. I just cannot find anything. I'm like, I have a vision in my head of what the logo could potentially be, and I guess I just haven't really sat down to draw it out or whatever. But I'm trying to find just like old school truck logos for like old, old tire shops, mechanic shops, hot rod shops or whatever, where they got the pinstriped logo on the side of their door or whatever. And it's like, that's shop truck. But dude, every time I look it up, I'm getting the wrong. I'm not getting what I'm looking for,
Yeah. But
But
like all the merch ideas you were throwing out there, I'm like, I feel like there's got to be a KRS radio station T-shirt.
oh
And
yeah,
people are like, oh, what's that? What's that radio station? Oh, it's actually a playlist on Spotify.
yeah, go check it out.
Yeah.
Goobers.
And then like Spotify has its own like kind of like barcode system. Like it'd be cool to put your barcode on a shirt too, so people can like scan it with their Spotify app, and it takes you right to the page.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, 78.9 KRRS radio. Kletus Ray's Rock Station. Bringing you the classics.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. All right, these are people. They're from Fort Hays. They're called the Tigers, and I think they're wrestlers. Because I saw another guy just pass me. They're wrestling. They're state-bound. Hey, go Tigers, girl. It said wrestle like a girl. So I'm good. Girl wrestlers, Tigers, for whatever town I just said. Hey, shout out. Rock hard. We're driving down the road next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have any, what are your feelings on the Cedar Creek podcast? Do you feel like I left you in the dust? Do you feel like you're left out?
Just life happened, and we just got busy, and it was so hard to like do a sit down thing, like regularly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So I am 100% supportive of this podcast and everything you're doing over there. Like, I don't feel left out because, like, I look forward to the thing. Like, this week has sucked because I wake up Monday, no podcast. Wake up Tuesday, no podcast. Wednesday, finally get a podcast. I'm like, all right, he's back at it. Wake up yesterday, no podcast. Wake up today, no podcast.
I know. I don't know. I've also been in a funky mood lately, trying to get things, got all kinds of issues going on. I try not to bring up all my issues, but. All right, Luke, I'm going to have to let you go.
I get it, buddy.
I am getting another phone call from some people, so
all right,
I have to let you go. Adios. Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, buddy.
Let's close it out.
Thank you, buddy. Congrats on 500.
Thank you, sir. Close us out, bud.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Keep all 18 down.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.